streamed at home in the film review on iPlayer.
Hello, welcome if you're watching in the UK or around the world to our special coverage of the UK's commemorations of the 75th anniversary of VJ Day, the day World War II ended with Japan's surrender. Britain's royal family are leading commemorations. The Prince of Wales will attend a memorial, while the Duke of Cambridge will appear in a special TV programme. The Duke of Edinburgh will also feature in commemorations, appearing on screens across the country in a photo montage with other veterans. Well, this is the scene at the National Memorial in Staffordshire. Let's talk to John Maguire, who is there for us. And it is a very different ceremony from the one originally planned due to pandemic, John.
Yeah, that's right, Carrie. There were several things that obviously had to be changed today to ensure social distancing. One of the things that the Royal British Legion had originally intended on doing was taking some of the veterans back to the Far East to go and visit some of the sites back there. That obviously has had to be cancelled, but this ceremony is going ahead today, very much in a slightly changed circumstance, I suppose, but just looking around you can see seats where there are seats for veterans and their families and other people who are coming here to the National Memorial Arboretum today. They are distanced apart and they're placed out on the grass. It's a slightly different memorial here than what you would normally expect to see, for example, at Remembrance Day or Armistice Day at the Cenotaph. It's a landscaped area. It's in a woodland and there are various different memorials around. The focus of today's services will be a stretch of rail track that was brought over the Burma Railway, the Burma to Thailand Railway, built by prisoners of war during the Second World War at a great cost. As we know, 16,000 died in its construction, known as the Death Railway. There are actually sleepers and railway lines that now form a very distinctive, a very poignant memorial, and the Prince of Wales will be attending here shortly and laying a wreath there. There will also be, of course, a 2-minute silence here, which will be observed by everyone across the UK and farther afield, because of course this is very much a commemoration not just for the United Kingdom but also for many of the other countries, the Commonwealth countries, that fought alongside British soldiers in the Second World War in the campaign against Japan. Things kicked off this morning with pipers playing, so pipers not only here at the National Memorial Arboretum in Staffordshire but also at the Imperial War Museum's HMS Belfast, which served in the Far East during the Second World War in London. That occurred at 6 o'clock this morning. There were other pipers in other countries around the Commonwealth as well, in Australia and New Zealand and Nepal also. So we're just awaiting the arrival of Prince Charles and the Duchess of Cornwall now. We've seen the Secretary of State for Defence has already arrived, as has the head of the British military. The band of the RAF regiment playing just behind us, as you can hear, and VIPs, other members, as I say, veterans, very much at the centre of these commemorations. And when the Royal British Legion designed these commemorations, they had the thought that veterans should still be front and centre. Of course, as the years go by, their numbers dwindle, but those that we've spoken to say they feel honoured and privileged to be here. And when the ceremonies start later on, their thoughts will very much be with their friends, with their colleagues and their comrades who never made it back from the Far East.
John, thank you for that. We'll come back to you shortly, but I want to move on now to Sir David Warren, who's a former British ambassador.